All right, so here's the top 5 dogs according to Leon Thomas. I'm gonna be real, my boy Big Sean's a real play. He's been around. I seen his vibe. Drake for sure. When I'm thinking about dogs, I think of Bootsy Collins. He's just a known, player. Me, I'm gonna throw myself up there. And then Leonardo DiCaprio. I feel like that man's never been married, and it's like, all right, brother. Like, listen, let's wrap it up, champ. I was sitting in my living room and my dog and my cat were fighting. My dog is untrained and pretty messy. I mean, the guy is just a menace. He was messing around and my cat hit him, and he had this face that kind of reminded me of myself when I'm in a relationship and it's not all the way working out. I know he has the best intentions, but he doesn't always do the right thing. And it felt like, you know what, I need to name not just my single Mutt, but the album Mutt, because it's just a representation of trying to figure it out, man, trying to do right. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, you're my dog, I'm a Mutt. And she said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a Mutt. I'm a dog, I'm a Mutt. If you think about the history of music, Elvis had like a dog mascot. Parliament, the Funkadelics, they talked about Atomic Dog, Snoop Dogg, even Drake, for all the dogs. Dogs have always been infused in the lyrics of songs for decades, and I kind of wanted to just try my hand at it. I thought it would be a good vibe. I can smell no Reggie, so part of my bluntness. It's an amazing bar, because I think it's a good play on words. I can't smoke no Reggie, so pardon my bluntness. Blunts, Reggie. It's pretty cool. I thought it was really clever, and shout out to Busy Crook. That was his idea. I fuck with that. Being honest is a very important thing in 2024, and being transparent. Communication is important. Sometimes you gotta just be straight up, no fluff. And I think that was a good way to say that, that was the subtext of it all. I see past pretty faces, so I got trouble trusting. I think in the world of social media, there's so many, beautiful faces with Facetune and this and that. So it's just kind of hard to really trust just that. You gotta really lock in and see the inner beauty in somebody. Having trouble trusting can be something that you overcome over time. I think like the more real people that you put in your life, the easier it is. But I think living in Hollywood, there's a lot of people kind of playing a character. They're not necessarily like their true selves. They come here from whatever state and they might be on complete bullshit. So, for me, I kind of try to take my steps when it comes to trusting human beings out here. You gotta really take your time. But I'ma let my guard down for you. Said I put my guard down for you. Said I'll be vulnerable so you can break my heart if you want to. I think we need a balance in a song talking about I'm a dog, I'm a Mutt. I'm not trying to promote toxic masculinity here. I think it's genuinely about understanding that you can have a bit of both in you. I was recently talking to a therapist about vulnerability. It was a couple years ago. It was actually when I was in a relationship, and we were doing couples therapy, and we were just talking about the power of vulnerability and communication. I think as men, sometimes we have this guard up. We're trying to create this and paint this facade of strength and no weakness, but I think it's really important to just kind of pay homage to the fact that we're all human and we're going through things. And I think the more you communicate, the better you can learn your person. New crib told her come through, it's time to break it in. 32 like my pen size, cause a nigga tried breaking in. This bar was a true story. I recently moved to this neighborhood in Los Angeles, and somebody actually broke into my crib and was in my living room on my couch. You know what I'm saying? My dog was barking. It's kind of interesting that it connects back to the dog. My dog's barking. He's going crazy. I'm like, what, boy? He's like Lassie almost. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? I go to my living room. I'm in my drawers and the do-rag, and there's a grown-ass man on my couch. I'm not a supporter of the NRA, but we gotta get a little something for that, because that's insane. I felt so naked. Literally and figuratively, what? Get out of my home. New condo, say your name at the front. You can stay if you want. It's been one of those nights I ain't had in a minute. It's been a minute, had to pop a shroom to recreate the feeling. But it's never the same as the first time he did it. First time he did it. And that's one of my favorite bars. Had to pop a shroom just to recreate the feeling. I feel like when you're dealing with a new situationship. It's stronger than any drug. I microdosed on shrooms for a lot of my last album, and it was a cool way to kind of go on an internal journey for myself. So I felt comfortable adding a little shroom bar in there, you know, why not? When I walked into the studio, I knew exactly what I wanted to say for the hook, but I had to find verse ideas, maybe from older songs, to kind of fit that concept. It was a really cool process and very free and fun. And I was in there with my boys, Freaky Rob and Phelps. Busy Crook, he's an amazing rapper and lyricist, and we were just really coming up with just a good vibe for the track. So by the time the track was done, I knew exactly what I wanted to do for the record. It's almost like a game of Tetris, you know, like you're just trying to fit the blocks, you know, figure out ways to make even old ideas become brand new.